Hello and welcome to Football Talk Podcast. My name is Ozzie and I'm with my co-host Sid. How's it been, Sid?
Hello, how are you?
Not bad, mate, not bad.
Good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages.
I know, winter break was longer than expected, wasn't it? So
Yeah, and you went to where?
I went to Paris, I signed for PSG. If you went on my Instagram stories.
For the rich.
I know, trust me. Neymar's and Mbappe's new track partner, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was good fun.
Who?
I know, Cavani must be out the door, innit? So we missed a couple of weeks of matches. Well, to be fair, there weren't that many fixtures, but we can sort of do like analysis on Matchweek 26. So I think the talking point was Chelsea against Man United.
Yeah, so two giants of the league.
Yeah,
playing it.
two sleeping giants, but yeah. So what's your opinion about that match?
For me, there was still. Listen, I'm happy we won it.
Yeah.
We played okay,
Yeah.
but for me, I still think that you can't. There's no identity to United. So we played, we beat them.
Yeah.
But I can't say that, oh, this is how we play, or, you know, it's attacking, flowing. It's not that. And the thing is that Solskjaer, every time he comes up against it, he manages to get a result.
Yeah. So it was against the top teams as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for me, and I think someone talked about it in I think someone on Sky Sports, it's beating Watford now.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, because we always beat big clubs.
Yeah.
And then the next game we lose or we draw.
Yeah.
So I just want to see continued progress, because Fernandes is coming strong. We've actually got a corner taker now that doesn't go to the first man. You know, Bailly for me, and hear me out, yeah. And remember, I said this. I could be wrong. He will not start the next game.
Who, Bailly?
Bailly.
How comes?
Because we got Solskjaer as a manager. He will prefer his beloved Lindelof to Bailly. Bailly in that game, I don't know if you watched it, was a beast. Him and Maguire together, it's the best partnership we have and we'll have going forward. Bailly's fast, he can go into the tackle. Then you got Maguire, calm, or supposedly calm influence, you know, lashing out about Schweiz. Yeah, but because it's a good game. Gala nearly scored. I still think there's weakness in our team, all over.
Yeah.
Martial just can't lead the line. He's not built to do that.
So where's his best position?
Coming off the wing.
Okay.
I would say so now. I wanted him to be a striker, but he's not proven himself to be a striker. So I feel that Rashford and him gelled very well together. And they could do the whole interchange and all of that.
Yeah.
They're comfortable to do that because they know their responsibilities.
Yeah.
But Martial can't work with whoever we've got left. Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, Greenwood, he's still coming up, but it'll be interesting. But in terms of back to your question, it was a good result. But United can't rest on that. They need to literally drive on and be like, yeah, we beat a big club. Next 4 or 5 games, win. Yeah. Cement top 5, because obviously Man City are.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later on in the episode.
But yeah, I'm happy. I feel for Lampard a bit because I feel like he could have bought players. Yeah. But something wasn't allowing him to buy players in the winter transfer.
Not surprised, to be honest. I think it's very difficult to buy top players during the transfer window, especially in January. So obviously they're planning a bit more ahead in terms of summer. So, so they've got Ziyech as well. So we'll talk about that later on in the episode. But yeah, to be fair, it was a decent game, but Maguire should he not received a red card?
No.
Is that your biased cap on right now?
No. I've got a cap on, but it's not biased. But it's legit. No. He fell to the floor.
No.
Listen, come on. Stop doing this.
Yeah. So look, he fell over.
Yeah.
And one leg is up, which is fine. That's your natural instinct.
Yeah.
What's the other leg doing?
He's sliding, isn't it?
No. He wasn't even that close to him.
Come on. Like, obviously, I get it's a bit erratic here, but he was protecting himself as well.
But did you watch his interview afterwards as well?
Yeah.
He knows he was talking rubbish.
Listen.
Couldn't even look at the camera.
So why didn't he get sent off then?
Apparently the referees are mank as well, so...
Nah, these are
assistant
referees...
linesmen as well, mank as well.
No, because they saw it as well. They saw it.
Okay.
So do you think it was
I think it was a red.
Legit?
Yeah, I think it was a red.
Do you think the VAR decisions were correct? Because obviously they got 2 goals disallowed.
Yeah. I think one of them was a penalty shot, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was... I think you kind of just have to give it on to their favour, that it could be one or the other.
Yeah.
The offside was offside, Giroud. But yeah, it was a good game overall.
It was a good game.
It was a good game, but yeah, to be fair, it was 2 teams that are pretty much inconsistent in my opinion.
Yeah.
So you're always going to get sort of like a scrappy affair. But I think Maguire was lucky to be on the pitch. Otherwise, he wouldn't have scored the winner. So.
But we had enough in the bag anyway, so we didn't. Even if he didn't score, it would have been 3 points, isn't it? It would have been. Right. It's true.
We'll see. Yeah. Well, look, enjoy your win against Chelsea.
Yeah.
But let's see what the next fixture is, because that's like you just said. You always win against a big team, but the next fixture is actually the key. Are you going to continue that as a winning streak, or is that just a one-off? So that's the sort of the situation with Manchester United right now. And in terms of other games as well, obviously I will talk about Liverpool because I'm a Liverpool fan.
What did you think?
We didn't play our best, but I always feel like whenever Liverpool come back from...
Do you ever play your best?
Don't need to. Don't need to.
This guy.
Yeah, we don't need to. So, we'll have like a week off. All the players are in Dubai, Miami, living it up. Come back. Light work. Easy work.
Light work?
Yeah, we weren't troubled in that game. It was easy, but obviously Mane had to come off the bench to do that. But I always feel like whenever we come from a little break, I think it's all Premier League teams, to be fair. You don't get that same intensity in a match. So, but it's a good win overall. Norwich are a bit of a tricky team. They actually do play good football.
Do they deserve to be in the bottom 3?
No, I don't think so. It's just a shame that they conceded a lot of goals as well. But then POTY hasn't really been firing as much as he was at the start of the season. Yeah. So, which is a bit of a shame. They do have some talented players actually. Their right back's quite good as well, Aaron's, yeah. And they've got Cantwell, who's been heavily linked with a lot of Premier League teams as well right now. So I think if they were to go down, which is most likely, I can see him staying in the Premier League next season.
Yeah, he'll probably come United.
It'd be a good signing for most clubs, to be fair.
Yeah,
he's a good young talent. So, moving on to Champions League. Did you watch any of the games?
I didn't watch any of the games, but obviously,
Go on.
I know.
Have a little sip of water.
Liverpool lost, isn't it? But it's alright. It's alright. It's only the first leg.
It's the first leg. Not big deal.
It's the first leg, but I'm not gonna lie. I was a bit annoyed with Klopp.
Or you thought he was too cocky?
I think so. And Robinson, they're still...
Are you telling me you don't like that fiery spirit?
It's not about liking the fiery side yet, but it's just like...
You thought Robinson was arrogant?
No.
Okay.
Not as much to the extent as Klopp.
But Klopp was in Welcome to Anfield, which is fine.
No, but he was just like, there's still the second leg, and I just think, calm down, innit? Like, I personally think, it's starting to get to...
No, do you know what it was? Because that game, this might sound rude, but I'm going to say how it is. I felt like we were playing like a Spanish version of Burnley. That's the kind of team we were playing against. They weren't there to attack. They were there to defend as much as possible, grab that goal, which they did earlier on. That was their tactic. Yeah. And sit for the rest of the game. So obviously, as a manager, you do get frustrated when you come across teams that, play that approach. But having said that, all the great teams come across and beat teams like that. So I didn't think he was arrogant, to be fair. I think it's because of the way Atletico players celebrated like they just won the Champions League.
Yeah.
So that was like a hang-on. It's a 2-leg match.
That one.
2-leg tie. So that's where that reaction came from. And Robertson said the same thing. He was like, "Oh, why are they celebrating like they won the league, Champions League, you know?" So like, "Oh, you still have to come back to Anfield."
Now the pressure's on Atletico.
Of course it is, but they're not going to do anything in Anfield.
But how do you know that?
They're not scoring.
Yeah?
They're not scoring.
A goal.
No.
1 goal.
No. They're not scoring a goal.
So.
I'm on camera now as well. I'm not even just on the mic. I'm on camera now as well. They're not scoring. That's my statement. So obviously the tie is in. No, not even 1 goal.
At all.
Might never get a shot.
Come on. You're Liverpool. Come on, you're not like.
Listen.
You're not invincible.
We are at the minute.
Well, clearly not, because you lost.
No, but listen. Well, end of the day, our away record in Champions League has not been great. But end of the day, we won the cup last year.
Are you going to retain the Champions League?
Yes. Yes, we are. Who do you think is favourite for Champions League? If you don't think it's Liverpool.
Oh, you seriously think?
Yeah, I seriously think Liverpool win.
Liverpool's going to win the Champions League.
Yeah.
I would even say Real Madrid will win the Champions League over you.
Real Madrid.
Oh, come on, man.
What are they doing for them to be even considered as
You
favourites?
realise the Premier is not what the competition in Premiership is not the same, you know. You are miles ahead.
Yeah, but is that because of other teams, or is that because Liverpool have just been superior this season?
Other teams?
No.
Oh, come on.
Come
on. Ozzie, you know as well as I do, you're not even playing fantastic football.
No, we're playing like a championship team.
Yeah, championship, yeah.
As in championship, as in teams that win the championship.
You ain't won it yet, bro.
Listen, it's in the bag. Are you telling me we're not winning the Champions League?
I'm not saying that, but you ain't won it yet though, have you?
Listen, 5 games, don't worry. 5 games.
Is that 5 wins?
Yeah, 5 wins and we've got it.
All I'm saying, I don't think you're favourites for Champions League.
So who do you think favourites?
I said, like I said, Real Madrid.
I wouldn't even say Real Madrid.
Who?
To put like my biasness
Yeah.
for Liverpool. No, but I genuinely think they are favourites. Liverpool are favourites.
And then?
PSG.
No. They're out.
You think they're out?
I think
Oh yeah, by the way, Haaland scored some bangers.
Let's not get into that.
We'll talk about it, don't worry. But yeah, he had an unbelievable game.
Yeah.
Unbelievable game. But that's at Dortmund, you know, so you have to realise the atmosphere is completely different there.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think PSG performed at all, to be honest with you.
So okay, yeah.
So I think PSG will be a bit more stronger, especially at their stadium.
Neymar's not Neymar, Mbappe. Mbappe.
Mbappe, as Paul Merson would say.
Mbappe.
Mbappe.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was so confident when he said that.
I thought our pronunciations was bad. It is awful.
Mbappe.
What was that other player called as well?
I can't remember, but it wasn't even a difficult.
No, it wasn't difficult. Was it Aubameyang or was he saying? I don't even know what player he said.
We'll find it.
We'll find it. Yeah, but.
So PSG after you, and then.
I'm not sure, you know. Because I don't think Madrid and Real Madrid and Barcelona are that same kind of force right now. Because Barcelona is so inconsistent as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to make of them.
I just signed that Braithwaite, isn't it?
Yeah, that's.
14 million.
But then the other team can't sign someone to replace him, so.
How does that work?
I have no idea. To be fair, I don't even understand how they've gotten permission
to do that.
To do that outside of the window. That's so unheard of. But one thing that annoys me as well, I'm not sure if people agree or disagree with me, is when a player is injured, and then the next game when they play, they're all wearing Dembele and his number like he just passed away. But I find that so ridiculous.
But you know that's only Barcelona that does that, isn't it? They do the most, bruv.
I feel like Premier League teams have done
think
that.
so?
I can't remember. We'll have to check.
Might be, but I just know
feel
Barcelona.
I feel like Chelsea have done it for someone or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I can't remember who it was, but I feel like it might have been Hazard or someone like that. To be honest with you.
Probably, but like you said, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I hate that. I don't think there's.
I feel that support your player.
Yeah.
And give him, that extra.
It might be a sly message to the La Liga Federation, whatever they're called, to make sure to allow us to sign this player because we're struggling, kind of thing. Might be an indirect way of saying that, but I don't think they even need the player, to be fair.
You don't?
No, I think they've got enough quality. Oh, they've got players that can makeshift that position. They just have to adapt, change their formation. Obviously, Barcelona don't ever change their formation.
Yeah, but you know this guy's just going to be the new Kevin Prince, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're signing him. He's not going to play.
Yeah. What's the other guy that was at Real Madrid back in the day? Fobber.
Oh. What was he doing?
Yeah, when they signed him. They signed him, but then he wasn't really playing much. So
I just think like you're right. Then maybe they should have brought in youth as well.
They've got a lot of good youngsters. So even the guy that's just started playing now, Fatty.
Yeah, Fatty.
So give him a bit of a chance. I don't know. To be fair, I think that was a bit of a weird one, to be honest with you.
It's Barcelona though, isn't it?
Yeah, I think what other matches were there? The Atlanta.
Yeah, they come from. No, I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't speak a lot about them because I just don't know.
I don't know much.
4-1.
Yeah.
I suppose their striker's okay.
He's a Dutch striker.
Yeah.
He's one that scored. Yeah, he's a good player.
So I'm not gonna lie. I mean, they did bits. I mean, it's still a long way to go, isn't it? But
Valencia is so inconsistent. Though. They just buy players for the sake of buying.
Yeah.
It's more of a marketing plot in terms of the owners to buy decent names. I wouldn't say big names. They don't really have big name players, but trying to appease the fans like that. But they don't really have a strategy because they keep sacking their manager as well. This manager, he was appointed in September, so yeah. So it was like the previous one was Marcelino, I think his name was. So it's like that culture. It's kind of like Chelsea culture where you sack the manager here and there.
Well, most cultures like that now, isn't it?
It's true.
There's no the last longest serving is probably Simeone.
In La Liga, 100%. Yeah.
Well, in the world, bruv.
Yeah, it's true actually.
Because who else is there? Klopp's on his way to doing that.
Yeah.
You know,
Allegri was that person, but obviously he left last season, so
it's not happening. Like it's just results. If you're not getting those results, it's game over for you.
Yeah.
It's not about buying time. You know, I don't know what United are doing, but we'll save that for another day. But you know, I just think it's so. There's no loyalty in football no more.
No, I agree. Don't think there is at all.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on. If I can get my tablet to that.
Sure. Sure.
Man City, so we mentioned Man City. At the minute, it's not 100% confirmed, but they might potentially be banned from playing European competition for the next 2 years. What are your thoughts on that?
Manchester is red. Come on, come on. I think it's good. Like obviously they've been doing a lot of dodgy dealings and haven't been sticking to the books and all of that. And it's good that UEFA are clamping down on this because if anything, PSG need to now start thinking sweaty collars because
did that on and off? I read something just before we started this episode. Something happened with the PSG owner.
Oh, today or?
Yeah, today. I forgot, but we can talk about that later on.
I mean,
as he got found guilty for something else.
It's all gonna come out.
Because I think they're cousins as well.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. It's all gonna come out. Like you're telling me you can do all of these dealings, and you got to think they're not feeder clubs. They don't sell.
No.
Like easily.
No, they don't. If they sell players, they sell them for a depreciated price.
A loss, yeah. So questions had to be asked, but then I just think, right, this is a message to everyone.
Yeah, it's true.
So what? 30 million, fine, and 2 years.
2 years ban. Potential relegation as well.
What?
Yeah, potential relegation. Remember what happened with Juventus? Match fixing.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, at the minute they're gonna do their most to appeal, but then the thing is, when they appeal, it's not one appeal; it goes to different courts.
Yeah.
So it might be a thing where it takes like a whole year for this to even be sorted out.
But I heard that Stevie G was inquiring to see. Does that mean that you guys could?
Oh, that's rubbish. As in, because if they basically forfeit the titles to I don't know. It's not the same though, is it? Obviously, if it is,
you'll take it.
You'll take it, but it's not the same.
Then you can finally say you won the league, isn't it?
Well,
Premiership, yeah.
Well, we're in the Premier League this season.
No, but I'm saying because you're far behind, isn't it?
We're there, mate. Don't worry.
No, I'm just saying.
This is one of many, mate. Don't worry. Don't worry about that.
Like I said, I hope you carry it on because if this one and you don't win it in the next 5-6 years, boy, you just be like another Leicester.
We're not Leicester. We're not Leicester. even if we weren't to win in the next 5 years, what we would have achieved this season, you still have to regard it as one of the best teams in the Premier League.
Oh, yeah.
Because we were talking about this last episode about Man City doing it a couple of years ago, and they were regarded as the best team. But that same team isn't doing it right now.
Yeah, of course. No, you have to be.
Yeah, so you have to be consistent as well. But yeah, don't worry, jumping the gun there, but it's alright.
I'm just staying how it is, isn't it? I haven't won a league yet.
Let's just stay at the present, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we mentioned earlier on about Chelsea signing a player. I think it's agreed now.
It's done.
It was 41 million. Ziyech to Chelsea. So my cousin, shout out to Ibrahim, he's a big Chelsea fan. He's very excited about the move. What do you think of it?
I think it's fantastic for them, but again, you would have hoped that they could have brought him in for Jan. Like, it's difficult to do dealings in Jan, and I bet Lampard is happy, but him as a player,
maybe that was a condition.
No.
Because a lot of clubs don't lose their players at that stage, so it's like, oh, we can sort of let you have him during the summer at maybe at a lower price kind of thing. So
I still don't think it's enough for them though.
Oh no, but I don't think he'll be the only signing. I think he'll be one of many at Chelsea. I think it's a great signing. I'm surprised our clubs haven't gone, including Manchester United. Why you haven't gone for Ziyech?
But he's not. When you look at it, he's not talked about as much as.
I don't know why.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Don't know why. If you watched him last season alone, we've watched him for years, but I'm just saying last season alone, he was spectacular. Yeah,
and I think that we've all missed out on him. Chelsea will see.
Oh yeah.
Reap the benefits from him because
yeah,
this guy, his skill, his assists, he's like everything.
Everything. He's got everything.
You know, and it will be a nice addition. It will be addition for. I think you could go into most of the top 6.
Yeah.
Walk in.
Yeah. Not Liverpool, but yeah. You wouldn't get into Liverpool team. That's not reasonable. He's not replacing Salah, is he? Nah, come on.
No, he won't. No,
but,
you're right.
But he's that kind of caliber where I feel like teams should have gone for him. I don't know, I'm a bit confused because you get linked to all of these other players. Like one player that's always linked with United and Liverpool is the German player from Leverkusen, Havertz.
Yeah.
His fee is at 100 million. But for me, Ziyech is miles ahead of this guy. He's like more than half the price.
Yeah.
So
and he's more effective.
He's more effective, got more experience. As in he can come in, doesn't need to settle. Well, he will need to settle in the Premier League, but not as such where in terms of ability wise. So great deal for Chelsea, I think that was. Another player they've been linked with, well I think a lot of Premier League teams have been linked with, is Jadon Sancho. So I'm not sure if this is official news, but it's been speculated or reported that he will be leaving Dortmund in the summer.
Yeah. What today?
This was like last week. So let's say in hindsight, where do you think he should go, or what club should he go to?
Well, I want him to go to United.
That's why I gave you 2 questions there, because I knew you were going to say that.
Obviously, but he would come if we get Champions League, 100%.
But will you get Champions League?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, no, but
okay.
Honestly, like, okay, wait. We should get Champions League.
Yeah.
But United just doesn't give me confidence to say, yeah, we're going to get that. Because if Man City do get penalised, you know, we finish 5th.
Yeah.
It's okay.
There's a chance that I'll get that.
Or we win the Europa. So that we've got chances. But if we get the Champions League, I think he's coming to United. For sure. Because we're the only ones that will pay him a big whack.
Who's his agent? I hope it's not Mino.
No, I don't think so.
Raiola.
I don't think so. I think it's...
Okay.
I hope not, because otherwise it's going to be... I don't even want to deal with him. But I think it's either between Man U and Chelsea.
Yeah, I would go along with that as well. I don't see Arsenal getting him. He would be a great fit there, but I don't think...
What, you think at Arsenal?
Yeah. But I'll say that on the basis that my gut feeling is that either Aubameyang or Lacazette will be leaving this summer. I don't think they'll keep both of them next year.
Is that because they want them out, or
I think because both of the players have been there for at least 2-3 years now. Yeah, and they're at a stage at their careers where they're hitting their prime now as well. So they probably want to test themselves somewhere else. That'd just be my opinion on that, to be honest with you. But if I was at Arsenal, I'd probably go for Zaha if I was them, because he's actually an Arsenal fan as well.
Yeah.
So he'll fit right in. So if one of them were to leave, then he'd fit in perfectly, in my opinion. So, or actually, they could still buy Zaha even if both of the players stayed there. And I think Arsenal at this stage would probably want someone who's a bit more proven as well. Whereas I think he'd go Chelsea.
You do?
Reason I believe that is because, one, he's a London boy. So I think he'd probably want to come back to London if he's going to come back to the UK. I know these are little things, but it does actually make a big difference in terms of players' lifestyle. And he's young as well. So, and I think obviously both are big teams, but I think United are under more pressure to perform. Whereas at Chelsea, Lampard's given that freedom to sort of work on the team for years to come. That's just the vibe I get.
Do you think so?
I think so. I think they're a bit more patient. I think whereas with Ole, they are patient, but it can fall apart any time. It can't in that situation.
But then just this week they were saying that they're not confident with Lampard because of the inconsistency.
They wouldn't sack him though. They'd give him at least another year.
You think so?
Yeah, they'd give him another year.
Chelsea,
just because of his legendary status, they'd give him another year.
I don't think they care.
You reckon?
I don't think they care.
I think he'll stay. I don't think they'll dismiss him right away. They don't seem to be that kind of cutthroat. Maybe Abramovich is not interested in Chelsea as much as he used to be because he doesn't invest as much, isn't it? So
he doesn't invest. He's hardly there.
He's hardly there. Yeah. So I think for them, they need like a marquee signing. So Jadon Sancho would be that guy, and obviously they haven't really replaced Hazard.
No.
So
not at all.
Maybe having Sancho would kind of uplift the team, uplift the fans as well. But I don't know, because obviously this is reported, so I don't know if this is true that he will definitely leave. But if I was him, I wouldn't even leave Dortmund.
They've got a good thing going on, innit?
I would stay there for another year. Because Chelsea United, even if you guys, either team goes and qualifies for the Champions League, there's no guarantee you're going to do that next year as well. Because there's a lot of teams that aren't as consistent to be top 4.
Yeah.
So if I was Jadon Sancho, I'd probably stay for another year. Continue my experience. Don't want to come to a club where you're not playing that much either. Like if he came to Liverpool, he wouldn't get much of a game.
But I don't think, like, not against Liverpool, but there's no point going to Liverpool. He's just going to be on the bench.
No, but so there are some teams like, so let's talk about the last 5 years kind of thing. A lot of players would join Barcelona because it was a special club or they were going through a special time. That's the same with Liverpool right now. So you'd want to be a part of something like that, if that makes sense.
I don't. You're not there yet, though.
Listen.
You're not there yet.
Listen.
I will give Liverpool plaudits, but you're not that status yet.
Yes, we are.
No, you're not.
We're one of the best teams in the world, Sid.
Yeah. Now.
So we are.
No, but what I'm saying is that Real Madrid and Barcelona, just on name alone, can attract.
I don't think they have that same appeal anymore.
Not anymore, but what you're saying is right. Like there was a period where you wanted to be Barcelona and Real Madrid because, put that down on my CV and whatever.
But it was because they had Ronaldo and Messi.
Yeah.
So Real Madrid, the lure was to play with Ronaldo.
Yeah.
But he's not there anymore. So you're going to go to Ronaldo, who are you going to play with? That's going to entice a player to come there. And at Barca, Messi is there, but for how long, if that makes sense?
But Liverpool players aren't on that level yet.
They are.
Come on.
They are on that level.
Come on. What I'm
Okay, so you're telling me if Mbappe was to leave, he wouldn't consider Liverpool?
Of course he would. He would consider Man United as well.
No, he wouldn't. Let's not be silly.
Come on, bruv. You would consider them.
Actually,
going through with it is another thing.
If he wants his career to end next season, he would consider
this guy. I'm not saying he would.
No,
he would consider it.
No, he wouldn't.
Come on.
Why would he go from PSG to United, who aren't even in the Champions League?
He would consider it in a sense he would have a short list. But he knows he will never go there. We know he will never
For him, in terms of, because I've raised up Mbappe, it would probably be either Liverpool or Madrid.
Yeah, and he will choose Real Madrid.
Possibly, but he'd probably, if he's smart, he'd look at the teams right now and evaluate in terms of who's been successful and who's going to places. At the minute, it's Liverpool.
Where would he play? Go on, because you want all these Sanchos and Mbappes, but you're not willing to drop Salah.
Big fan.
Mane.
Listen, big fan of Sancho. If Sancho was to come, for me, he'd be on the bench.
There you go.
Wait, it's a squad game, Sid.
It's not a squad. You buy people like bloody Charlie Austin when, you know, Firmino's injured and then...
No, but United buy people like Igalo.
Yeah.
Not every club buys players like Igalo from China. So that's just another thing right there. Shots fired. Now they can see us as well, so your reactions are perfect right now. If Mbappe was to join Liverpool, we'd have to switch up our formation a little bit.
Nah, come on.
Yeah.
It's set
4-2-1-3.
Go on. Tell me. Go on.
You want me to give you the lineup?
No, beyond the defence.
Yeah. Okay, so the midfield would be Fabinho, Henderson.
Yeah.
As like the anchorman of the midfield. Number 10 would be Firmino, because he's a natural 10. And then you've got Mbappe up front, Mane, Salah. Boom.
I don't think so.
That would work, come on.
So who's in midfield? Henderson
and Fabinho.
So no Ronaldo and...
That's a drop, isn't it? It's a squad game.
He's not... Listen, you know as well as I do, you're not going to change your formation.
For a player like Mbappe, you would have to...
No.
Honestly speaking, I don't think we would get Mbappe.
Obviously you're not.
No, I'll tell you why. Not because we can't get him.
Yeah.
Liverpool have a philosophy in terms of our business structure, how we sign players. So, Man United like to blow their money, just get whoever, and give agents God knows how much money. It's true. I will tell you as well. Klopp doesn't deal with agents like Mino Raiola, how he says his name, because of his history, because of what he comes as well.
Yeah.
We sign players that have potential to be world class. Whereas if you bought Mbappe, you're kind of breaking that kind of structure as well at the same time, because he's not going to be cheap, obviously, in terms of transfer fee, but obviously it comes with wages as well, and plus his commercial rights at the same time. The only reason I think we have a strong chance to get him is because we're being sponsored by Mac. No, because that's how PSG got Neymar.
I get it, but
they didn't have money in the bank like that. They got Neymar and Mbappe the same year. But obviously they got Mbappe on loan. But they got their way around it. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like if he was to leave, he would consider. And he's gone into saying that Liverpool's amazing and all that.
Listen, Timo Werner yesterday.
He's coming. I'll tell you why he's coming. I'm just like picking it. The way he was talking was kind of like because he was like, I need to prove myself to even compete with those players. Like when you talk like that, it's like you've had discussions with the club. So
even if he comes, no one's losing sleep over him though. Come,
Werner,
bruv, he's a good striker, but I'm not gonna be. I wish I got him.
Yes, you would, Sid. Are you telling me to have Werner over Igalo?
Come on, bro.
Come on.
Obviously, but I'm saying like if you got Mbappe, then I want
Werner's not a starter though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I'm not losing sleep over him.
No, but it enhances the quality of our squad.
Yeah, well, no doubt. But again, you could have got Cavani as well. No, example sake, you could have. Alright, look at this guy.
I would never sign Cavani. I think I'm not like his big. He's a good player, but he's not my type of striker. And the way Liverpool play, he just wouldn't suit our style.
Okay, I think that Mbappe's not going to come. If you tell me about your philosophy, then you're not going to ever get big players then. Because
as in we wouldn't break the bank to get players. So
the only club that can do that and pull off such feats is Juventus.
You reckon?
Yeah. What? Look at how many players they buy, and then you're like,
but they're not really wealthy like that. They wouldn't.
That's what I'm saying.
They wouldn't buy not to be rude, but they buy people on free transfer most of the time.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
so they just buy it. They use this their budget on salary.
Yeah.
So they couldn't afford Mbappe in that kind of structure.
No, not like that. But I'm saying like, Juventus show that you don't have to break the bank.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true. But then Liverpool is showing you how it's done as well.
Yeah, but I'm saying there's different caliber. You're going for elite, world-class players. Like Mbappe, you have to break the bank to get him.
But I think Mbappe is the only person who would do that for. And maybe Jadon Sancho, but I don't think Jadon Sancho's in that kind of financial bracket where it will be a big transfer fee.
Yeah. And
wages won't be relatively that high in comparison because I think he earns like 300k a week.
Sancho?
Mbappe.
Oh, Mbappe. Oh,
yeah.
To say, that's so young.
I was just staying Dortmund. You know?
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, let's see, isn't it? I mean, if Werner comes, good for you. If he doesn't, oh well. But, you know, Sancho's come to United, so...
We'll see. We always talk about Sancho, I feel like, every time. But, you know, he's quite highly regarded right now, so it makes sense. So to move on, a bit of a touchy topic will be the Porto striker, Marega, who faced racism the other day. He got chairs thrown at him after he scored a goal. And he decided not to continue the game. And to be fair, he can do what he wants in that kind of situation. I don't think there's a right or wrong in terms of how you should react after facing that kind of abuse. What are your thoughts on that incident?
I just think, to this day, there's still racism that is apparent and so obvious like that. You know, and it speaks volumes that he still got a yellow card for...
Yeah. I was disappointed by the referee.
Yeah.
I was disappointed by his teammates. I think his manager did say get off the pitch kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
the manager
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But everyone else were not supportive one bit.
So I would have been like, bruv, let's go.
The whole team should have got off the pitch. That's literally what should have happened. Not, let him deal with it. Obviously, he's in an emotional state, so he's throwing middle fingers at everyone. But rightly so, he should feel how he feels. He shouldn't be treated like that.
So you're telling me if this was on the streets or wherever, office environment, you're just going to keep peace?
Yeah.
And I think UEFA is shocking. Like, it's good that Man City got fined such a huge amount, but then it begs...
that might even get overturned.
Yeah.
It's just reports right now, isn't it? So.
But it begs the question, for things for me that are more are major issues, I think that they should clamp down on this a lot more.
Yeah. Because
the poor guy, he's going to feel target every time he goes on the pitch now.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's not going to play to that ability.
No.
For 100%. A while.
Yeah.
So we're going to need counselling. You know, he's going to be reserved in himself.
Yeah. Because he didn't get the support from his teammates. So he might even choose to leave the club, which I don't blame him, if I'm honest with you.
You're my boy. If I saw something like that, we're in this together.
Of course, I agree.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like teammates, family, whatever, we're doing this together. He literally got, excuse my language, but it was like...
Yeah, do what I had to do. Yeah.
And I just think, where's the support? I mean, maybe I'm sounding a bit harsh, but I think it's shocking behaviour. Yeah. I don't condone any of that. And all these people need to be banned for life.
Yeah.
There's no place for that in football.
I'll be honest with you, I think clubs should be heavily fined. Not fined, sorry. Not even fined, because that happens and for me that's not enough.
Deducted points?
Yeah, deducted points, stadium, like empty stadiums and all that sort of stuff. It needs to be an impact where everyone feels it. Not just
the individual.
Not just the individual. Everyone needs to feel it. So if there's one idiot in the stadium who does something like that, everyone has to suffer.
Yeah.
Because he's a reflection of what you guys are doing. Obviously, there will be a minority of fans that are, doing stupid behaviour. But I saw a clip the other day in the German league where I think there was a fan that was throwing racist abuse, but everyone collectively told stewards that this is the guy that's doing race. Yeah.
In Germany?
In Germany. This was last week.
There you go.
So you look at that, but obviously we live in a society nowadays where racism is just at a crazy level right now. I say Germany, like this instance, Germany was, the fans did a good thing there, but today there was news about, Germany where I think people got hurt or killed at shisha places in Germany. So let's not try and get too much into like politics here, but Yeah, I think UEFA, FIFA, whoever needs to, you know, do something will need to do something very soon because it's getting a bit ridiculous now.
So dot points for you is probably the best.
Dot points, kick them out of competitions.
Yeah.
If this is a Champions League match, kick them out straight away. Straight away, let the other team go through.
It sounds harsh, but I think the referee failed.
Yeah,
everyone.
I think everyone failed. I think his teammates failed. Did you see how the way they grabbed him and said stay on the pitch? I would have probably punched a few of my own teammates, if I'm being real honest with you.
It's like when you're mad and then someone's trying to calm you down. Don't touch me, innit?
But as in, if you're calming someone down, it's with reasons. That wasn't with reasons, in my opinion. So, yeah, let's hope we don't see these instances again. But I feel like it's just becoming a bit of a norm now.
Yeah, it's England, Spain, Italy, wherever. It's something needs to be happening because otherwise they know they can get away with it. Yeah. And if it's a team or group of people doing it, even if one of their boys gets banned, there's still that collective that can still make an impact. Yeah. So like you're saying, empty stadiums, listen, clubs need to be able to say, oh, this is how you want to be like finding us or making sure we're on best behaviour, right? Yeah.
Because financially, being punished financially is not enough in my opinion. If you're eliminated from competitions and you're eliminated from the league or suspended in terms of like not having any revenue or any fans in your stadium, you're going to feel that impact. Yeah. You can't do anything about being eliminated from a competition.
You
have to wait until next year
of course,
if you qualify for it. So you need to feel the impact straight away. And then show that message to your fans that look, this is not how we do it as a club. If you're going to do this, we're all going to suffer.
Slightly off topic, but did you see that thing with Kenyon Jones and the pig? They left like the pig's head in his locker when he was at Stoke.
Oh, when he was at Sunderland or Stoke?
I think it was Stoke. Because it had
it's like the little tank on him, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just thought...
Yeah, stupid.
Sorry, first of all, there's levels to this.
Too bad.
You're telling me you're going to carry a pig's head, number one, and two, this is your teammate.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's mad.
And they say that Kenyon Jones' wife at the time was Muslim.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
So that's why it hit home more.
Yeah, obviously,
My guy, Kenyon Jones, threw a car in the culprits.
Yeah.
So threw a brick.
At a person's car,
But anyway, I just think it's football. Nah, we see what we are meant to see. Yeah. But behind closed doors...
No, there's a lot of work that needs to be done.
There's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Obviously, I think football is not going to solve in terms of like issues we have in society, but it plays a part.
Yeah, a massive part.
Plays a massive part because we're big football fans. You don't have to be a certain age to be a football fan. Kids are watching. People like ourselves, people older like our uncles, aunts, everyone watches football. So we have to give a strong message in that aspect. So UEFA need to sort themselves out.
It's a shame.
Trying to be extreme with their regulations and stuff.
I know time has passed, but you just hope that he's okay. Yeah,
I hope so as well. I hope they actually support him now. Sometimes, when it comes to that kind of reaction, people don't know how to respond. But me personally, I don't think the team did well in that aspect. Because I'll look at Liverpool, because obviously that's my team. If that happened, I would genuinely think everyone would just leave the pitch.
I would hope so.
Yeah, you'd hope so, but then we've got a strong captain that maybe I don't know who their captain is. Maybe he wasn't a strong enough character to say that, guys. Because obviously in that position, the captain would have a role to play. So he's a natural leader. So if you're all, play as one, you should leave as one as well. Yeah. But
it begs a question. But people talk about there's not much strong leaders, captains now.
No, not really.
People like Company, Terry. Not Terry, but Company, Roy Keane, all those people, like, I feel that they are the ones that would have the confidence and respect where they can we're going off the pitch, let's go. Can you imagine Ashley Young, come on guys, let's they'd be like, what? It's stuff like that.
Yeah, the game's changed, so I think you don't have those kind of characters anymore.
No, it's done.
You're basically set. You're captain based on how good of a player you are. So you lead in that aspect, or it's your personality, you lead by that.
Yeah.
Liverpool are fortunate to have someone like Henderson, in my opinion. I think he's an actual leader. obviously people question his quality, but that's their own opinion. But as a person and as a captain, I can't fault him at all. So let's hope there's less of these incidents, because I feel like it's becoming a bit of a regular occurrence now.
Yeah.
So let's hope Marega's alright as well.
Yeah.
And continues to play to his potential as well. So see how that goes. Something that you spoke to me about behind the scenes was agents. So this is something you wanted to speak about. So Mino Raiola, has some strong words to say about this. It kind of comes into like racism a little bit, in my opinion, a bit about politics as well, where he's saying, Ole's saying that Pogba is owned by the club. For me personally, he's saying these things so Pogba can walk out the door easily. So, but he's saying it in such a wrong way, and unfortunately in Italy as well, that is the place where there's a lot of racism going on in terms of matches. So I don't know in terms of their attitude, how they look at these things, but it's not looked at in a positive way. How do you feel about that particular incident, and also do you feel like agents have too much power in this day and age?
When you say that particular incident, as in like
this whole incident between him, Ole, and I say Pogba, but Pogba didn't really say much. But
first of all, I think Pogba needs to actually tell his agent, just nip it in the bud. Let me do what I need to do on the pitch. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm sorry, it's damaging his relationship with United. Nobody respects Pogba now. Even if he was fit, I don't think he'll get into the team now. No. He's probably our best midfielder, but he's damaging it and ruining his relationship.
Well, it's based on reputation, isn't it? You wouldn't expect him to be in a team.
At all. And, back to your point, it's not being handled well. The whole situation with United, Pogba, Raiola, is been history. Fergie from the offset has said, we do not want to deal and work with this guy. Yeah. That was a catalyst in Pogba going to Juventus in the first place. Yeah. So we were trying to get rid, because Fergie, he's not stupid, he knew from the offset. No. That's when we had morals, that's when we had a good foundation, and it was run like a football club. Now I just think money plays such a huge part in everyday dealings, and begs the question, Pogba could be fit, but he's obviously avoiding playing. Yeah. But, Solskjaer, Pogba, Raiola, it needs to be a meeting had to basically just stop all this nonsense. Thrash out what Pogba actually wants to do going forward.
I think he just wants to leave the club.
Fine.
Literally. So I think they probably have had discussions, obviously we don't know, but I'm sure they've had discussions in the past, which is probably why this reaction has come out from the agent, because he might have not got his way in these meetings. But yeah, you can tell Pogba just wants to leave. And to be fair, might be a good thing for Manchester United, just to move on from, dealing with a player that's...
Bad energy.
Yeah, bad energy to the club, to the dressing room. But I don't think it's entirely on the player. I think because when he plays for France, he's generally loved. Like he has that leadership about him. I just think it comes from different influences that are affecting his decisions right now. So in terms of agents, do you think they have too much power, or do you think it's just particular agent?
I think it's particular agents. You got the Mendez's, and you got Gareth Bale's one, and all of that. Like there are some big agents out there that don't have much interference and actually get on with clubs and do things properly. There are some agents, obviously we spoke about Raiola, that just he for me is too money hungry.
Oh yeah, that's his goal.
Do you see what I'm saying? And he doesn't care about having good
It's not about the player. For him, it's just getting that paycheck.
Exactly.
That paycheck.
And then who's that one? Zahavi or...
Who's he?
He begins with Z. Z-H-I. He did a lot of dealings with the Chelsea players when they signed. I can't remember. I'll find it out yet. But again, he was on those levels, but not as disruptive. Okay. And back to your point, I think now particular agents have too much power in both dealings and behaviours of players.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you raised a good point. You just said, how do parents, you know, with their young players, sons, allow these type of agents to manage their kids?
Yeah, I find it ridiculous, to be honest with you.
You know?
If an agent has that kind of reputation, like, you wouldn't just sign up for an agent based on that, oh, my son could play for a top club.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a parent, you'd want your son to do whatever, or daughter as well. But this guy comes with a reputation. So for him, it's always to get the paycheck. It's 100%. Always to get that. Like, I'll give you an example that happened last summer was Steven Gerrard's nephew.
Oh. He went to Rome?
He went to Fiorentina.
Sorry,
But I don't know much about his agent, but I don't think his agent is actually an agent. He's just like a businessman and just, I don't know, became an agent all of a sudden. And basically forced to move out of the club where he was actually highly regarded, not because of his relationship, as in not because he related to Gerrard, but he actually was a decent young player. But he forced it out to leave Liverpool. So for us, it was like, fine, if you want to leave, you have to leave permanently. You can't leave on loan. So if your agent's that great, get him to find your club. So somehow I managed to get him a deal at Fiorentina, but now they try and get rid of him.
Yeah, I heard that,
because they're speaking to FIFA about it to try and breach his, as in discontinue terminate his contract. So it comes to agents, like parents should have a bit more of an input in that aspect. It's not always about having the best glory for yourself. It's about looking out for your children as well at the same time. Liverpool don't deal with Raiola in like especially Klopp. Klopp's had bad experience with him during his time at Dortmund, so it doesn't come as a surprise that we don't do it. So
which is fair. I mean, I think that answers your question, but I think there's too much power given to these people now.
Yeah,
nice to stop.
Okay, moving on. Let's talk more football stuff now. I think we'll be covering too much, like
heated,
off topic, sort of like sensitive issues. Player of the year. I know the season hasn't finished yet, but what are your early thoughts? Like, who would you regard as a contender for player of the year? Or let's just say top three. We'll both say top three.
Mane.
Liverpool player, surprising. Go on.
I respect you a lot, Mane. It's a hard one, cause probably KDB. I would have put there. God, I can't believe I'm saying this, but a bit of a wild one, but maybe Alisson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe
Alisson, because as much as your front three are doing bits.
Oh, he's been a pivotal part to our success right now.
And is it Adrian?
And then he didn't even play
that's what I'm saying.
7-8 games in the beginning of the season, and he's still got the most clean sheets.
No.
He does.
Is it Henderson?
No, it's him.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
I think.
What about you? Who's your top three? Go on, let me hear all the Liverpool players.
Can you look anywhere else?
Yes, you can.
Who? You said KDB, but I don't think he's been that great this season. I mean, he's been good, don't get me wrong, but like remember when Salah won? I think that time he was like really at his peak. Henderson.
Yes. I knew he was going to say that. I just don't understand. You're delusional. I want to hear, please. Give me your three, and then I want to hear why you pick Henderson. Sorry, I interrupted. Sorry.
No, they're actually all going to be Liverpool.
There you go.
But I can't look. For me, so I'm looking at all the teams. Man City, I don't think no one's performed. I don't think Sterling's performed this season. Aguero's unfortunately injured most of the time. He's one of my favourite strikers. KDB, I guess you could put him in that. So I'll say KDB, not to sound like too biased.
Come on.
No, there's no one at United, 100%.
Listen. If Rashford didn't get injured and carried on, he would have been in contention.
Yeah, potentially.
He would have been in contention. If you did it up to this point, yeah, and obviously I'm injured because he's injured,
yeah,
I would have put him in there, 100%. And that's not, you know how I feel about Rashford, but I can't discredit what he's done up to this point. Yes.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'd probably put Vardy ahead of him if I'm honest with you.
Okay, fine.
I think Vardy's had a great season.
I'll take that.
And even Jimenez. Jimenez has impressed me a lot this year.
Traore also.
Yeah,
but he's not getting.
He's just found that form recently.
Yeah.
He hasn't been consistent throughout the whole season.
If it's all Liverpool players, it's all Liverpool. I can't argue that.
Henderson.
So who do you think will win it then?
I think Henderson. I think at the minute he's actually favourite to win it.
Do you honestly think he deserves to win it?
Yes.
I don't understand.
I genuinely believe he should win it.
Do you think he's a good player?
Yes.
Come on, man. So you think he could go do the same thing anywhere else?
That's irrelevant.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not, bro.
I know.
It's not. Because you can take Mane and he'll do bits any team.
I think Henderson will.
You're smoking. Chineke.
Hey, we don't promote drugs in this show, man. Come on now.
Listen, Henderson is not good. He is okay at best.
No. See, this is the thing. This is what I get with people when they talk about Henderson. You always go off by his past performances. Maybe not you, but I'm just going to... No, genuinely, I feel like a lot of people, when they talk about a player, it's basically a reflection of their first impression of a player. Do you understand? So it hasn't changed much. Don't get me wrong, all my Liverpool friends that know me, I wasn't his biggest fan when he joined.
And he was terrible, yeah.
No, he wasn't terrible, he was young. And he wasn't... He was alright, he wasn't terrible. No, he was a good player,
I'm joking, yeah, he's alright, yeah.
You still say he's okay at best right now, so you tell me he hasn't improved for 10 years. What are you on about? This guy, man. But he has improved a lot in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
Like, for me, if there was areas where I feel like he needed to improve was never consistent. He was always a consistent player. But it was his consistency in terms of passing. Like the final ball, through balls. And this year, he's done a lot of assists for Liverpool. The game against Norwich, who passed the ball to Mane? He does those type of balls. And a lot of people... And don't forget as well, Fabinho was our best player until he got injured. And then Henderson took over, and you wouldn't even notice Fabinho wasn't even in the team. So for me, all-round player, but in terms of as a leader, everything, he's got it. And I feel like he deserves it this season. Yeah.
You're only saying that because you're top of the league, you're winning, but he doesn't... Okay, here's me being honest, yeah? It's only in the last... It's only probably since Christmas to now where he's really...
No, he was doing it before.
Oh, come on. He was doing... Okay, maybe, let me not say, oh, come on, because you're a Liverpool forward. It's fine, whatever, yeah. But I don't think he's been doing bits from the offset. He hasn't. And I think you guys... I said this to you before, you're riding a wave.
No.
You are, man. Like, you are riding a wave because of your results. Like, you're not amazing. And that's nothing on you.
Okay.
Like, I just think Liverpool... I said this to you previously. You played better in previous seasons.
No, but we're playing like champions. That's the difference. You should know that. You've watched Man United.
Yeah, we've won a lot. Yeah, I know.
No, you won. We haven't won much in the last.
No, but we've won a lot more leagues than you.
Don't worry, we'll get there. We'll get there. I'll get there. How many times you won the Champions League, mate?
Oh.
Yeah. But we'll get there. Listen, let's see when you win the league next. But won't be anytime soon.
Within the next 4 years.
Next 4 years. We'll see. Well, let's see if we're still doing this podcast. Then we can talk about it then. But yeah, I generally feel like he deserves it.
Fine. If you do
for this season and last season as well, like he's been so consistent as well, and I feel like he's such a invaluable player. Like you need to have him in the team, like because we signed a lot of midfielders in the past couple of, like Keita came in, and then you'd assume that 50 million signing, someone has to make way, and then people would look at Henderson as that guy. No. He'd always fight for his place. Love his attitude on the pitch as well. It's like the right balance. He's not over the top fiery, but he's not like mellow as well at the same time. So, and he's got a lot of influence in the team as well. And also, you say that he's not the best player in Liverpool. I wouldn't dispute that. But the way he's respected by those players that are better than him. But that comes as being a captain as well.
Yeah,
so, and this is the first time Liverpool winning the league in a long time. So you have to look at that. He must have a major influence on that team. Listen, we're going to win it, so you can laugh as much as you want.
No, but it's just a long time, yeah, 30 years. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, no, it's good.
It'll be an expected between you guys, isn't it, as well?
Never.
That's what all Liverpool fans said before.
Yeah, but you were different, innit?
I was in my nappies, but then everyone else said that as well.
Within
so
the next 4 years, we'll win.
We'll see.
But yeah, if Henderson wins it, what can I say, isn't it? You know, I'm not happy about Liverpool winning the league, but I just got to accept it. So,
yeah.
You know, but I don't think he deserves to win.
Okay, fair enough. To wrap up this episode, let's talk about this week's matches. So, I think one of the top games is, well, on paper it sounds like a top game, if I'm honest with you. It's Chelsea against Spurs. But can I be honest? I think it's a 0-0. Don't see that being a great game, if I'm honest with you.
I think they'll score, but you're right, it will be a draw.
The reason I say that, Tottenham don't have much firepower right now. And Chelsea are very consistent when it comes to playing those type of teams, as in like the stronger teams of the league. I can see it being 0-0. I don't know how you see that.
Chelsea, I think if it's not a draw, Tottenham will win.
Okay.
Chelsea, nah. This season has just been terrible. And the fact that they're still fourth.
No, they're doing well.
They're doing well. You've got credit where due, but I think Tottenham are on a bit of a run, barring yesterday's game.
Yeah, that's because I think Son's injured for a month now. So.
Is that a month?
Yeah, 4 weeks.
Yeah. But Mourinho always pulls it out of the bag. You can get a result.
You'll find a way.
We'll get a result, but yeah, sorry, you were saying, but I think you're right, it'll be a draw.
Yeah, I think it'll be a draw.
It'll be a draw.
Any other fixtures that grab your attention for this week?
I want to see, because obviously there's Man City, Leicester.
That'll be a good match.
It'll be a good match.
Yeah.
Man City probably still hurting from the result.
Yeah.
I think Man City will just about edge it.
Okay. I'd go with that as well.
Yeah,
they had a good performance the other day against West Ham.
Yeah.
De Bruyne.
Again, they played like Liverpool. They didn't play great, but they managed to grind the result.
I'm comparing to Liverpool.
No, it's true. They don't really play. Joking.
Yeah, I agree with that. Is there any other matches? Who Manchester United playing?
Yeah, there's a big one, big game the weekend.
Who is it? Burnley.
Watford.
Where, home?
Old Trafford.
Old Trafford. Okay.
We're probably going to draw.
Yeah. We've got West Ham on Monday.
Yeah.
We'll probably win again like we did a few weeks ago, so yeah. In the bag, mate. Another win. 4 more wins after that. Get ready for the parade. That's what I say. I think that's probably the best way to conclude the episode.
Yeah, no, good.
Thanks for watching, guys, and listening.
Yes.
Video. It's our first video episode as well.
Video.
So
I feel good.
it was great, great experience for us.
Face those voices.
I know now you got faces to the voices now. So please follow us on Instagram as well, at Football Talk Podcast. You've got your own you've got your own account as well.
Sid FTP.
And my account is Ozzie.ftp. So thanks for listening and watching.
Yes.
And stay tuned for some more episodes.
See you soon.
See you soon.
Take care.